Now, Chris, this hour has flown by. We're heading over to our last item of the show, which is our Rastelli's 8-ounce premium pork ribeye steaks. They're item number M88479. They're available to you for 3 easy payments of $25.66. And these are not your grandmother's dry, brittle pork chops. These are our premium pork ribeye steaks. Chris, tell us what makes these so special and why are they so good?
Well, first of all, they come from Pennsylvania, Dutch Amish country. We have a local farmer that Ray Rastelli has had a 45-year relationship. These are not aged. They come to us fresh every single day, which is something that is different. And what is nice about these is that it's marbling, okay? These are a ribeye. So if you think about a ribeye and steak, okay? When you think about a ribeye and steak, right? You have this beautiful marbling, you have the beautiful bone, you know, the center, the fat, the candy in it. This is the ribeye of the pork. It's the same thing. We take the cap off, we take the bone off.
I think we have a raw one that we can show everyone, right?
Yeah, we do. And look at the juice on this, though. Look at that. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, these are just so delicious. Let's take a look at the board real quick, Lauren.
Yeah,
talk glove on.
Yeah, you already have the gloves on. So
what we do is we take the top cap off because we want to trim this from end to end so everything is edible. We take the bottom bone out, we pull that out, and what you end up with is this beautiful center cut ribeye. Okay, and that's the marbling that we have in our steaks. It's the same thing. So when I cut this, and what makes this so special when you cut these.
And they're super trim, right? Like you're eating
from end to end. But look at this. See this marbling? You don't get that in the normal supermarket. This marbling is not on normal pork chop. So when we talk about your mom's pork chop or grandma's pork chop,
I never ate them growing up because I would think like, oh, like dry, like hard to eat.
Yeah.
But that's not this.
That's not this. So look at that. I just want you to take one look at that marbling before we go back. This is what's making this so moist. This is what's giving you the opportunity when you cook pork. People tend to cook pork overdone. It gets dry. They say grandma's pork or regular supermarket. You don't see that marbling in pork in a store. And I'm at the butcher shop every day, Lauren.
You are.
Right? So our number one item at the butcher shop right now is this pork. This pork chop is our number one selling item at the market right now. And there's a reason. You don't get pork that has that type of marbling.
Exactly.
It's not really something that you'll see in a pork chop, which is just
so juicy.
I mean, they're juicy, they're tender. I mean, when I cut this, I can use a butter knife.
You can use a fork to cut them.
Well, let's try that.
I'm gonna try it.
Go ahead.
Let's try this piece right here. And I'm gonna cut it with a fork. And you cannot do that with a regular pork chop.
You cannot. And I'll tell you, that's not a special fork. We didn't sharpen it.
No,
we talked about that before,
fork.
right? It's just a regular fork. So it just shows you that marbling that we get, that candy, that meat candy, you don't get that in pork. This pork you do. So what does it give you? It gives a unbelievable, tasting, delicious, moist, pork
super
ribeye.
Juicy, right?
I actually get excited about this because I'm trying to control myself right now, but I'm doing my best.
Take it easy, Chris. Take it easy.
I know. I get excited about little stuff like this, but this is such a great product, and we're so excited to bring it to you. Trust me when I tell you, this is the number one item at the butcher shop.
I believe it because it is so incredibly flavorful and tender, and not only that, it's super versatile. So I just want to point out these all come individually vacuum sealed for freshness, just like you see here in this package, and like Chris had mentioned, incredibly marbled. No fat. We've trimmed all of it off of it for you, so it can be eaten from end to end. And what does that mean for you? That means that it's gonna go a long way. And pork is like a very versatile item. We have some really fun recipes that we can talk to everyone about. So it's great as a center of the plate as like a pork steak because it is a ribeye. But it's also really great if you want to take one of these. I have 2 pork ribeyes here sliced up, and I just have them mixed with some peppers and onions. Like, think about these for like a pork fajita, right? Maybe you're like me and you do Taco Tuesdays when you're not working and doing Q2. This is a great item to do that with because it's already so flavorful and juicy. It doesn't need much else, right? It just needs peppers and onions and put your favorite toppings. Let's drizzle a little bit of sour cream on there, get your favorite salsas. I love to just squeeze a little bit of lime when I'm done, and this is just an awesome, and it's something different. You know, I get in a rut in my kitchen sometimes, and I'm like, what am I going to cook for dinner? If I have my pork ribeyes in there, this is something that's really easy for me to take and to do in many different styles, not just as a center of the plate steak.
Yeah, and listen, I like to show you with a fork because it's just so unbelievably tender.
Exactly.
The other thing too, Lauren, is that these cook, right? People always get concerned about
how do I
cooking pork, right?
what's the cook
Yeah,
method for that?
people are really nervous. So you can cook this in the oven, but it's summertime, right? That's why we're here. This is grill time. So what I would tell you is you want to thaw these out. Again, if you're in a pinch and you need to do it at the last minute, put it in a bowl of water, cold water, 20 to 30 minutes, and they'll thaw. And you have a tremendous amount of flexibility actually is cooking it because of all that marbling, all that meat candy. It's hard to overcook these. And I want to show you right here. If you look at this, there's a decal. See the darker spot? So you have the center loin here, and then you have that decal piece that's extremely tender, extremely moist. That's where that darker piece you see comes around here. So this what makes this so special because you have the flexibility on the grill. You don't have to be nervous. People get so nervous. Cook it to 140 to 150. This is going to come off the grill juicy and delicious, and you're going to make your guests. I'm telling you, your guests are going to be shocked that this is actually a pork.
I have to tell you, Chris, so Memorial Day weekend, we were all together with my parents and my cousins, and I had some pork ribeyes in my freezer. So I was like, and we were like trying to figure out what we were going to cook. I took these and I sliced them up. This is my uncle's, one of his favorite recipes. I sliced them up into like boneless ribs and just tossed them with some barbecue sauce. I have to tell you, out of everything that we had at the barbecue, and I'm sure you can imagine we had a ton of food, this was the first thing gone. It was so good. My dad actually was like, where did you do with this? How did you do this? I'm like, this is just our pork ribeye. We've simply cut them up into strips like they're ribs, and we grilled them and just tossed them in barbecue sauce. And this is so good because it's everything that you love about eating ribs, but it doesn't have the mess because we've just taken our pork ribeye, cut them down, and sauced them. So that is a win in my book, and I love to have them like that.
And I can show you over here, Lauren, what you did. Yeah. So it's just so easy because those are actually our favorite.
Yeah, they are.
They really are. Every time we've done that at our house, it's been everyone's favorite. Like, where did you get this? And part of it is the marbling. It's always juicy. So all we do is we take the pork chop, thaw it, and you're just going to cut into strips.
Yep.
Just like this.
That's simple. And then you just grill it for like 5 minutes, and they cook because they're cut down already.
Yeah. So you can get 4 to 5 out of one.
Easily.
Now these are also 8 ounces.
They are. They're 8 ounces.
So that's something that they are very big. So for myself and my wife, we tend not to eat 8 ounces of meat.
No, exactly. You could take one of these and cut them into a kebab like I have here. And this would be a really great way for you guys to share a meal. Let's say you wanted something light. We just have a kebab here and we have it over a simple salad. And you can add a little bit of dressing to it if you want, because I love condiments on my food. So I'm just going to add some dressing here. And we have a really easy, fun meal to do.
Yeah, and at my house, we take one of these for the kids. We split it in half.
Especially if like Olivia's coming over or your daughters are there.
I mean, these are so big. I mean, I would cut it in half raw.
Yep.
I would season them. I would put them on the grill, so it looks like they're getting their own little portion, right? And it's plenty, especially for lunch on salad.
And you know what else we have done here, which is another one of my favorite ways to do this, and my uncle does this all the time, is we've taken that pork chop and we pounded it out and we breaded it and we threw it in the air fryer. And look, I'm not joking with you, Chris. This is the 8-ounce pork chop, and all we did was pound it out and bread it and throw it in the air fryer. And look at the size of that. That is certainly big enough to share with 2, if not 3 people. And we have a little bit of dressing here. So it's like a pork fried
It's a country steak.
Country steak, right?
It's a country steak, which is something that is really popular. The other thing, too, with this is that I've also done the same thing, and we've actually taken it and we made actually a pork parmesan.
Ooh, that sounds really good. You know I love Italian.
A little Italian, but it makes a fresh mozzarella. You can use.
That's a great idea.
Or you can cut it into smaller scallopini pieces.
Yeah.
And you can still bread it, but it's something that, again, you're talking about 8 ounces. This is the size of my hand.
Yeah. Easily.
So it is plenty. So 8 ounces, so you're talking about cutting these to half. You're going to double your servings on this.
Easily. Yeah, because this offer, for those of you who are just tuning in, is 8 ounce of our Rastelli's premium pork ribeye steaks. They're available to you for 3 easy payments of $25.66. And like Chris was just saying, because they're so generously portioned, it is easy to take one of these ribeyes and to cut it in half, so you can get 16 servings out of 8
Absolutely.
ribeye steaks.
You can make 20 kebabs out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you cut this into chunks, you can make kebabs like we have here. I mean, it's just endless, and it's so. I'm telling you,
I can't believe so. Like, this isn't a special fork, right? This is just
no.
a
I'm just telling you,
fork.
I got to show because I'm not putting any pressure on that. I mean, I'm not even like my hands are. It's just it's like butter. This is like butter, and look at that. Look at that deckled meat there. It is so delicious, so flavorful. It's just unbelievable. I get so, you know me, Lauren. I get excited about little things like this, but it's just like I just can't believe you don't need a knife at the table. You don't.
You really don't.
Save the dishwasher.
This is one of our QVC customer favorites. If you go on QVC.com, you can see we have, I think, over like 500 5-star reviews for this item. And there's a reason for it. It's because we start with the highest quality pork from the Pennsylvania Dutch Amish County. We've worked with these family farmers for over 45 years, and you can taste the difference and the quality in this item. Chris, our hour has gone by so fast.
Oh.
I'm going to review the offer for everyone one more time. It's 3 easy payments of $25.66, but we had so much fun with you tonight. I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with us. Stay tuned. There's another hour of Food with Gourmet Holiday coming up. We'll see you guys soon.